All right, so we are live. It is 12:23 a.m. 9/4/2023, and I believe it's officially Labor Day. I just figured I'd come on here and maybe have a little bit of fun. So I'll play my intro and be right back. It is probably still about 64 degrees here, so fantastic. So here's my disclaimer. Just in case we talk about true crime here, which I'm sure we will. Give me a couple seconds and I'll be right back. So that's the end of that crap. First of all, I'd like to say, I really do shit like this, but because I'm normally not off on Sunday nights, but this is rare for me. So Friday night into Saturday, we lost probably one of the greatest entertainers ever, and Jimmy Buffett. And I had no idea he was not doing well. But to all the parrot heads out there, me included, it's going to be a long, long winter. All right, so first of all, we're going to go to this here. This is about this inmate cited near Pennsylvania. This guy who escaped from a prison in Pennsylvania again was spotted shortly after midnight Saturday by residential security cameras, and I believe he's still on the loose. This goes back 3 days. So let's go to that first. So this was 3 days ago.
Search is on for a convicted murderer who escaped from a Chester County prison. Hundreds of officers are working right now to find 34-year-old Danilo Cavalcante. He was last seen this morning on Mowasset Road in Pocopson Township, putting communities in that area on high alert. It is Thursday afternoon. I'm Brian Taft.
And I'm Shari Williams in for Sarah. The big story on Action News is the extensive search happening right now in Chester County. It was just last week that Cavalcante was sentenced to life in prison for the murder of his former girlfriend. Now authorities are doing everything they can to get him back behind bars.
Action News reporter John Paul live in Pocopson Township now. And John, we understand things have gotten rather active behind you in the last few minutes.
Correct. Yeah, Brian, Shari. So just in the last maybe 5 minutes, I saw 3 heavily armed law enforcement members. I mean, I'm talking full combat gear, walking over this hill. They went down that way. We also see a drone. There have been 2 helicopters that have come over. To give you an idea where I am, I'm about a quarter mile from the prison where this escape happened this morning. In fact, I'm on Wawasset Road. That was the last place that he was seen walking down this very road at around 9:40 this morning. We've seen some state troopers going over that hill. We really can't see much over that hill. We've just seen a lot of law enforcement.
So this was done. When was this done? This was done 3 days ago. So this guy's been on the run for about 3 days. August 31st. So this guy's a convicted murderer, and he's been out of prison now for 3 days. So
head over that way. Now, they're looking for a man they describe as a ruthless killer. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole for stabbing his girlfriend 38 times in front of his children. That happened in 2001. He was waiting to be transferred to a state facility after being convicted just last week. That's when he escaped. The DA saying this man has nothing to lose. It's Danilo Cavalcante.
Wait. Hold on a second now. Let's go back over this.
Prison without parole for stabbing his girlfriend 38 times in front of his children. That happened in 2001. He was waiting to
2001?
be transferred to a state facility after being convicted just last week.
And he was just convicted last week.
That's when he escaped. The DA saying this man has nothing to lose. It's Danilo Cavalcante. He escaped from the Chester County Prison around 9 o'clock this morning. The 34-year-old is 5 feet tall, 120 pounds, shaggy black curly hair, brown eyes. When he escaped, he was wearing that T-shirt, gray shorts, and white sneakers. And as I mentioned, there was a confirmed sighting on the road that I'm standing on around 9:40 this morning. We're only about a quarter mile from the prison. Now, the warden would not go into any details about how this man escaped, but they are extremely concerned about what he might be capable of. So they've got hundreds of law enforcement out. They've got drones.
Well, he's only 5 feet tall, so maybe he went under the fence. That deserves one of these. I can't do it. I just can't do it. That was one of my puns.
Got dogs out, multiple helicopters searching this area of Chester County right now. The district attorney
So basically, if you see a little Mario running around, it's probably him.
held a news conference with state police just a short time ago. Here's some of what they said.
His depravity knows no bounds. I mean, this is someone who has nothing to lose, as you indicated. So I don't know what he's capable of doing. If he's already engaged in a murder in broad daylight in front of her 2 children, there's no stopping him from doing anything more egregious.
Once we noticed we had an issue with an inmate not being there, we immediately followed our protocols, locked down the prison, did what we call a special count to confirm there was only 1 person missing.
So this is 2, because there was one in Western Pennsylvania, I think it was last month, that climbed out of his prison cell from bed sheets. This guy here, we don't know how he got out, but he's out, and he's probably dangerous, I would think.
We further went out. We did lockdowns to the schools, the cops in home, put out reverse 911s to the immediate area, and just waited for assistance to come.
It's a scary thing, but like I said, I don't think he's going to hang around nearby. I think he's going to get away as far as possible.
Now, that was a neighbor, and that is a big concern because we know that Cavalcante has family in Phoenixville. He also has the victim's family in Phoenixville as well. We know that Phoenixville Public Schools, they went ahead and put the kids on risk.
All right, so let's get a bearing for where this is. It's a township, so whoops. So this is the prison right here. So here's the prison right here. So let's back out a little bit here. I don't even know where this is in Pennsylvania. So this is not far from Delaware. There's 295 right there. Yeah, so this is kind of like in the middle of the boondocks here too, but at least it's a little bit more kind of urban areas outside of this here. So he literally could be anywhere. There's 95 right there. Yeah, so he could be anywhere, but normally these guys, I mean, unless they have help, they usually stay pretty much in the same area. All right, so let's go back to the hey, Miss Persevere, how you doing? Hope everybody's having a good night so far.
Restricted movement today because they were so concerned that this man may be trying to get to the Phoenixville area. The search
So I'm pretty sure this is pronounced Pocopson Township, Pennsylvania.
still for this killer continues. Now we're seeing some officers who were just in that field coming out this way that is heading toward the prison itself. Looks like a state trooper there. 3 more coming out this way. So doesn't look like they found anything, at least.
I don't think so. I don't think they found him yet. This was 3 days ago, so I'm just kind of trying to catch up with this guy here. I'll play something a little bit more recent soon here. I think he's still on the loose here.
Over in this area, but listen, we're keeping an eye on everything. We've been in contact with law enforcement sources. If we get any information, we will bring that to you. But they're saying this is a very serious situation. They're asking people to stay inside because they don't know exactly what this man is capable of. Again, more
How can you just stay inside for 3 days, right?
officers going by right now. For now, we are live in Pocopson Township. John Paul, Channel 6 Action News. Brian, Shari.
Yeah, an active scene. Okay, we'll stay on top of it. John, thanks.
Hey, Melissa, how are you? One in Florida killed his adopted parents, and they caught him. They caught this guy. No, this is the one in Pennsylvania, I think, right next to Delaware.
Right now, police.
So this is that last one I played was 3 days ago. This is 2 days ago. So I'm just trying to catch up with this.
Are searching for a Brazilian man they warn is extremely dangerous after he escaped from a prison near Philadelphia. Now, that inmate we're showing you on your screen, 34-year-old Danilo Cavalcante. He escaped from the Chester County prison.
Hello, Miracle Hearts. How are you? I didn't see you there. Northport in Florida. I'll have to check that one out too. I know this guy here has been on the loose for like 3 days, but he's only 5 foot tall. So, I mean,
prison yesterday morning. He was convicted of murdering his former girlfriend just 2 weeks ago. And right now, prison's acting warden, he is not commenting on how or why that escape occurred. He says it's only under investigation at this point. We do want to welcome in now retired FBI Special Agent and Chief of the Counterintelligence Behavior Analysis Program, Robin Dreeke. Robin, thanks so much for being here.
Pleasure, Natasha.
Robin, first let's talk about the prisoner himself.
So his name is Danilo Souza Cavalcante.
What can you tell us about him, and where does the search stand at this hour?
Well, and you hit it right away, and that is extremely violent criminal guy, because what happens here is he's got a life arc of being very comfortable with violence because he grew up in Brazil in a gang. He's comfortable with crime, and obviously he's comfortable with murder, and so that makes him very dangerous to be around.
I never heard of him. Doug Live. Oh, no kidding. I'll have to check him out. I've never heard of him. Then again, I haven't heard of a lot of people.
And so that's the first cautionary there. And also, he's demonstrated by his ability to escape. He's resourceful as well as opportunist, because that's generally what happens in these kind of cases is they read an opportunity and a vulnerability in a system and in people, and they take advantage of it. And that's what he's demonstrated here early on.
Yeah, what can you tell us?
This guy's a little guy. He's only 5 foot tall. So, I mean, for a guy that's pretty short, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be easy to spot.
It's about this most recent crime that he's awaiting trial for.
Yeah, so that was, again, it just goes towards the violence and the comfortable ability he has with solving problems with violence means that when you're faced with life's greatest challenges, instead of working through that challenge like a normal.
Yeah, 5 foot, like right, 5 feet tall is, you know. I mean, that's, you would see that, I would think. You would notice that.
Healthy brain does, he immediately goes to the violence. And so that's going to happen in every situation he faces right now forward.
And I know the prison has yet to comment on how exactly he escaped. You know, the big question in all of these cases, how premeditated was this? Was this just a moment of opportunity? And also, did they have any help getting out? In most of these cases we've seen so far this year, was there outside help, or is this more a situation of opportunity?
I know it reminds us of the last one that happened in Pennsylvania where they had the drone flying above, which actually became unrelated, and they didn't have help. And I looked at the stats on this, and they are very clear. In general, people don't have help getting out. It's not an inside job. Again, most of the time, in very rare cases, it happens. Because what happens is when someone is recently sentenced, like he was, to life in prison only like a week or two ago.
Hey, buddy, you home? You're not working tonight? He lives close to the laundries, always drives past the house for us takes us to reserves. Cool. That's so cool. I'll have to check him out. Are you working, Thomas?
Go, it becomes a new situation for them to, I need to be an opportunist. I need to take advantage whenever there is one. I also found it interesting here too, is English is not his first language. And when generally you're in a culture and in an area where you're not particularly comfortable with the spoken word, you become much more tuned to the nonverbal.
Oh, that's freaking awesome. You're off on Sunday nights. That's awesome. You want to come up, man? Let me know.
Of the world around you, making you highly.
The Marshals will find him. If anybody's going to find him, it's going to be the United States Marshals for sure.
attuned to vulnerabilities, opportunities, again, so cascading that background as a gang member, growing up in violence, and looking for vulnerable people as well as situations. I think that kind of created a perfect storm here for him to get out.
Certainly, and I want to clarify. I misspoke earlier. He is not awaiting trial for murdering his girlfriend. He is a convicted murderer. He was convicted of that crime just 2 weeks ago, as you mentioned. I'm glad you brought this up. In situations like this, we have to look.
Yeah, this guy's not a good guy, but Pennsylvania is a big state, man. He could be anywhere, especially if he's close to the Delaware border.
At the system, right? And you said this is not the first time we've seen a prisoner escape in that state. Not just even 2 months ago, we were looking at Michael Burham, who escaped a jail in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, this guy's an idiot. This guy here, I remember him last month. He was just a moron.
Yeah. And there have been, of course, multiple others in states across the country so far this year. How and why does this keep happening?
I'm going to keep going to the number one thing we need to do, and that is look at leadership. And here we have a situation where we have an acting warden because the last warden was put on admin leave. Don't know the situation there, can't comment on it. But there's obviously a change in leadership because it all filters down from the top. But also what we face in the country in the last couple of years especially is we have a manpower issue. We have underfunding for technology and maybe infrastructure, because that's how the last convict got out. He got out through basically it's kind of a crack in a wall, basically, where an exercise.
The other guy got out. I think he tied like bed sheets together and climbed out of the cell. Like, how does that happen these days? There's got to be better technology than that. It just has to be like.
Room, I think it was, because we covered it here. And so when you're looking at this in the totality, you got to first look at the top. So you're going to look at leadership and then on down. Where do we need this funding? Where we have a manpower issue? Do we have an infrastructure issue, or is it a technology issue? So that's what we kind of got to look at here.
What would your advice be to the people who are in this area? Obviously, they're circulating this mugshot and this other photo that we have telling people to look out. What should they know?
Okay, so let's look at him as a person, and him as a person is he's very attuned at targeting the vulnerable systems and people. So definitely be in a group. If you're going to go outside, go about your normal day, but be vigilant. Don't be an easy prey to this predator.
These guys usually make really, really dumb mistakes. Like the other guy, I think, was trying to break into somebody's farmhouse, I think, or something like that, or in a barn. And the guy came out with a shotgun.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation.
Let's go to something a little newer here. I think this was 8 hours ago. All right, so let's share this here. Oh, the warden stepped down. Well, that figures. Those guys don't get paid a lot, unfortunately. Let's see here. All right, so this was done today. Eight hours ago. So this is more recent here.
Holiday weekend, residents in the Chester County community are being told to stay inside and lock their doors as the search for escaped inmate Danilo Cavalcante continues. Early this morning, Cavalcante was seen on surveillance video in Pocopson Township, about 5 miles from the prison where he escaped on Thursday. Authorities say Cavalcante was convicted of murdering his ex-girlfriend and is considered extremely dangerous. CBS News Philadelphia reporter Ryan Hughes has the latest on the search.
Investigators say they are closing in on Cavalcante and have a heavily wooded area surrounded where they believe he is hiding. And after that sighting Saturday morning, we were told that even more investigators have joined in the search.
That's it for the sound. I don't know why it's really low like that. The other one was nice.
Several roads in Pocopson Township, Chester County remain closed as the manhunt intensifies for escaped inmate 34-year-old Danilo Cavalcante. Investigators say they now know what area to focus on after the convicted killer was spotted on a home surveillance.
Oh, look, there he is right there. Yep, that's him. You could tell because this is probably like a 6 6-foot bush here. Look at how short he is.
The killer was spotted on a home surveillance camera early Saturday morning in the 1800 block of Lenape Road. That's less than 2 miles from the Chester County Prison.
We are requesting that residents in the area of Pocopson Township remain inside. Lock your doors, lock your cars.
Because of the ongoing search, Longwood Gardens closed Saturday as a precaution. This picture was released by authorities on Friday. Cavalcante is about 5 feet tall with dark curly hair. Pennsylvania State Police say they've responded to more than 100 tips from neighbors in the area about other possible sightings and attempted home burglaries.
At this time, we are only able to confirm that he was behind one home, that he possibly entered into another, but we don't have 100% confirmation as to that. And there have been allegations of other burglaries that have not panned out.
The Chester County District Attorney is not detailing how Cavalcante escaped from the prison early Thursday morning. According to U.S. Marshals, he was recently sentenced for killing his ex-girlfriend in 2021 in Schuylkill Township, and he is also wanted for a homicide in his native Brazil.
I can assure you that the Marshal Service presence, the state police presence, and our county assets, we're not going anywhere until he's taken into custody.
Chopper 3 was over the search area Saturday in the rural and heavily wooded area with more than 207.
Yeah, I mean, how do you like stay inside all day long just because somebody's out? I mean, what's the chances of that, right? Like, I wouldn't be able to stay inside either.
70 homes. Investigators combed through neighborhoods and searched down streets, leaving many people on edge.
I mean, it's pretty scary because I got 2 nephews living at home. So, I mean, if he comes close to Canada, that's a little bit scary because we got to lock our doors, we got to lock our cars.
Investigators are also asking neighbors to review their security cameras and report anything suspicious. A $10,000 reward is also being offered, leading to Cavalcante's capture. Reporting in Pocopson Township, Chester County, Ryan Hughes, CBS News, Philadelphia.
In Action News is a continuing manhunt for the convicted killer who escaped Chester County Prison in Pocopson Township. 34-year-old Danilo Cavalcante has been on the run since Thursday morning. Chopper 6 is over the search area right now in Pocopson Township. Cavalcante was spotted on a residential security camera, though, early Saturday morning, about 1.5 miles from that prison. Action News reporter Sharifa Jackson joins us live.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember that case. Yeah, I do. The that was when was that? That was a few months ago, right? I remember hearing about that case. Miracle Hearts. I remember that.
With the very latest, Sharifa.
Yeah, Walter, today marks the 4th day of this desperate search activity. I can tell you that we have seen so many more law enforcement in the area since the start.
It's almost impossible to escape from a prison these days. I mean, prisons aren't like they used to be, where they're just, you know, once you're in lockdown, you're not getting out. I don't know how these guys escape. I just don't.
Of this manhunt, they have definitely ramped up their efforts. Sources tell us that they believe they are closing in on the escapee. Most of this afternoon, they have focused on the area of Waterglen, and the capture could be imminent. This is the scene above and in the backyard of a home on Waterglen Drive as the manhunt for the 34-year-old prison escapee, Danilo Cavalcante, intensifies. 4 days on the run, authorities using all their resources to comb through the woods and creeks and homes for any sign of Cavalcante. Storms of local and federal law enforcement hunting for the dangerous fugitive.
Well, let's hope this guy resists arrest. I mean, that's all I can say, right?
It's a heavily wooded area consisting of over 271 homes, and it's not easy for our investigators to get through.
Cavalcante escaped from prison sometime Thursday morning, 1 week after he was sentenced to life in prison without parole for the brutal stabbing of his ex-girlfriend in 2021. He's also...
So he did that in 2021 and was sentenced last year, I think. So...
wanted for a killing in Brazil in 2017. He's considered extremely dangerous. Neighbors told to stay vigilant.
We're asking people to just be mindful that he is dangerous and anything's possible. We don't want the public to be alarmed, but we want them to be on the lookout.
We do not want him to escape the area that we believe
Melissa.
him to be in right now.
Last spotted on home surveillance
Melissa, you're too funny.
video in the area of Lenape Road early Saturday morning. Today, fear spreading with the convicted killer still on the loose.
I just can't believe it. And I really hope that they catch him soon. I hope everybody's paying attention and locking their doors and staying alert.
The authorities say more than 100 tips poured in throughout the.
I don't think you can lock your door, stay inside, and stay alert, right? I just don't think that's possible.
Last couple of days, again, there was a $10,000 reward for any information leading to his capture. And again, after 4 days, we're told his capture could be imminent. We're live in Pocopson Township. Sharifa Jackson, Channel 6, Action News. Walter.
Okay, Sharifa, thank you.
All right. So I don't know what they're going to do. The guy could be anywhere at this point. Like I said, I just don't know how these people escape prison these days. All right, so let's jump to this clown here. This is the daughter of serial killer says she met go-go suspect's wife. Really? Might want to present this so that everybody can see it.
Come to represent.
Yeah, like I said, these guys are usually really pretty stupid. They'll usually try to break into a store or something like that, or just, I mean, it's going to be pretty hard not to miss this guy. He's 5 feet tall and he basically looks like a Mario brother, you know, like he's,
Pure evil. On the left is the happy face killer convicted of murdering at least 8 women and leaving smiley face drawings at the crime scenes. The other is the accused Gilgo Beach serial killer. Now their 2 families have made a connection, sharing a very unique bond.
Comfort for the embattled family of the accused Gilgo Beach killer from a woman who knows firsthand what they're going through.
I'm the daughter of the happy face killer.
Melissa Moore's father is Keith Jesperson, the notorious happy face killer, so called because of the smiley face he drew on taunting letters to cops. He murdered 8 women in the 1990s. After architect Rex Heuermann was charged with murdering 3 women, Melissa Moore's sense of compassion led her to set up a GoFundMe page for the Heuermann family. Now that's led to an extraordinary encounter, a get-together at the family's home on Long Island.
I just embraced her and gave her a hug, stroked her hair and said, it's all going to be okay.
Moore tells Allison Hall she also met Rex Heuermann's 2 grown children.
You went in the home and then you sat on the porch with the 3 of them? Yeah, it was very relaxing in the sense that there's no reporters. The one thing that I'm very proud of, though, is that I was able to offer some relief in this hellish circumstance.
What advice did you give them when you met with them?
I mean, when you get somebody that looks like everybody else, right, it's hard to pick that person out. But when you got a guy running around that's 5 feet tall, right? I mean, how many guys are 5 feet tall? I'm sure it happens. I'm not making fun of short people. I'm just saying, you know, they'll get him eventually.
I have lots of advice, but the one thing that I would hope for them is that they would leave the home and not attend the trial. I'm actually really impressed with how the family is coping under the circumstances. They're dissecting their lives. I mean, who wouldn't be dissecting their life when you find out that your husband's accused of serial murder?
Although authorities say the wife and children were ignorant of the crimes Heuermann's charged with, the lawyer who represents some Gilgo Beach victims.
That guy's such a class, right? Like,
wife and children were ignorant of the crimes Heuermann's charged with, the lawyer who represents.
I don't like this guy at all, period.
And some Gilgo Beach victims isn't convinced.
She should be considered a suspect and not just a bystander or someone who's been victimized by a husband.
I mean, where do you go to get these clothes, right? Like, I don't know. I just don't like this guy. Yeah, he could basically just disguise himself as a kid. Nobody would ever notice him, right?
There are some people who think she must have known. What do you think about that?
Well, I wouldn't put my name on a GoFundMe if I believe she was complicit in any way. The biggest thing that I think is the cause of suffering for family members of serial killers or perpetrators is that question, how did you not know or did you know?
Melissa Moore, the Happy Face Killer's daughter, is co-hosting a new true crime podcast called Lipstick and Lies, currently streaming on iHeartRadio. Meantime, the Gilgo Beach suspect has pled not guilty.
No, really? I don't think he's going to plead guilty, right? All right, so let's go over to Lynn, Massachusetts here, because we got, you know, the old stomping grounds in Lynn, Massachusetts. Very, very good Greek food.
A violent Labor Day weekend in Lynn. We're just learning that a second man has died from a drive-by shooting at a party early Saturday, and a third man was shot and killed during an unrelated incident last night. WBZ's Laura Hafley spoke to the family of a 21-year-old gunned down at what was supposed to be a...
Do you like the Golden Corral? I've been to the Golden Corral twice, and the food sucks. I never had, I mean, maybe it's just me, but I remember we went down to, where were we? We were in Florida, I think, and everybody said, oh, you guys need to go to a Golden Corral. The food's great and everything like that. So, you know, maybe it was just a hype, but we went there, and the food was freaking absolutely horrible. But that's just my luck, so that's probably not everybody. It's probably just me. But no, I just because it's a buffet, right? Like you get the buffet, and I mean it's inexpensive, so that's good news. But I thought the food was terrible.
Celebration.
After a bloody weekend in Lynn, candles burned on corners less than a mile apart in remembrance of loved ones lost. According to law enforcement officials, 3 people were killed over Labor Day weekend. Saturday night, a man was shot inside of his car near the corner of Lincoln and Union Street, and less than 24
I know exactly where that is.
hours before that, 2 men were shot and killed at a graduation party on Essex Street. Police have identified those victims as 25-year-old Abraham Diaz.
He was just like me, giving back to kids, looking out for kids, and about his community.
And 21-year-old Jandriel Heredia.
My son really made me proud. He made the right choices. He was a nice, decent young man. It's like a horror movie.
Jandriel's mother, Evelise Garcia, now mourning her child in disbelief after a celebration marking a milestone ended in heartbreak.
My nephew was going to college. We were sending him off the best way a family can because we were all proud of him. And they ruined it.
Now Evelise is forced to figure out a future.
Was that the State Fair over there in New York? $120. Oh yeah, no, it's not the State Fair. The fairs in New York are awesome. The expo. What do they call that now? I forget.
Without her son.
I'm getting so much strength and so much love. I'm scared that tomorrow is going to be all the opposite.
Lynn's mayor, Jared Nicholson, releasing statements after both shootings, writing in part, I know that our community will rally as we confront the collective fear heightened by the events of this weekend. According to every...
Fairs are awesome. I mean, where else can you go and get really crappy food? We have a fair here. The Deerfield Fair up here in New Hampshire. Then the Tyngsboro Fair in Massachusetts is pretty good. But you can find some really good shit at a fair. Leather. I got a really good leather jacket years ago at a fair. Forget where it was. I think it was Tyngsboro. Mass.
Town, a national organization advocating for gun violence prevention. As of January 2021, Massachusetts averages 244 gun deaths per year. A family now victims of that same violence is calling not for justice, but for peace.
I'll tell you, Lynn, Massachusetts has changed quite a bit, man. All right, where the hell was I? Right here. Okay.
I don't want justice. I just want another family not to go, any family to go through what my family is going through.
We're told both investigations are in the early stages. Police are still searching for suspects in both shooting incidents. In Lynn, Laura Hafley, WBZ News.
All right, so that's the end of that. What I want to do now is, I did this the other night, and it was actually quite comical. But we have these police chase car incidents here, and some of these are actually, like I said, pretty comical. The mouse game? All right, let's go here. So these are the 6 craziest police chases ever. Like, you just knew that was going to happen, right? Like, I think that's a Dodge Charger right there. I mean, if you're a cop, right, this is going to be like one of the worst experiences ever, trying to chase these guys down at night. Yeah, the Charger's a badass car, but these guys have interceptors in there, I think. So it's just probably a little bit more difficult at night. We went to South Carolina one year, and we were supposed to get a specific rent-a-car from, who was it? Nationwide, I think it was. And they screwed up our rent-a-car, so they gave us a Dodge Charger. Wow, that was fantastic. The good news is I don't think anybody dies in these, right? They usually have the speed limits up here, but my opinion, they're probably doing a good 100 miles an hour right now. I love it when the spike strip works. I mean, it's just so funny. I just think these are so freaking hilarious. The cop must be pissed.
In custody.
And sometimes, sometimes these speed chases start from like a small little traffic violation, right? Like a stoplight infraction or something. Like, why would you do that, right? Why would you risk your life for a freaking speeding ticket or something else?
25 radio. Open the channel.
Are you hurt? You hurt?
Radio, all units south of 1039. All units south of 1039.
That one's kind of blocked too hard. Hey, big cupcake. You're good, bro? Yeah. All right.
That must have been California. Was that California? I saw one the other day with a woman in a Winnebago. It was freaking classic. 3-hour car chase. My God.
Thank you for stopping, okay? All right. You all right, man? No injuries or anything? All right, okay.
Approximately 80 miles an hour. Foot bail.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Put your hands out to the side! Hands out to the side! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! You move, you're gonna get shot! You understand?
Central 45. We're out with them giving verbal commands. We're at Highway 20 in Pingree.
Do not move!
Oh, that sucks. See, I wouldn't be able to do it. like if I was on the roads, I'm such a road rage driver. Like if somebody passed me like that and shit, if I didn't see the cops, I'd run the best down myself. Period. I gotta calm down on my road rage shit.
All right, Mike, I got lethal. Check the car.
I mean, like this car right here is gonna outrun a cop car, right? It's just not gonna happen.
Car. I got the car, Mike. I'm coming behind him. Oh, clear. Just in front of him. I'm coming around. Hey, wow, look at that gun, will you?
Can on unit number, go ahead.
2150. Southbound at 13. That lower vehicle from Dawson. Papa 362-1745. P362-1745. Silver Fairfield.
Wait, there's southbound 13.
This guy's putting on his directional lights. See that? Like, that must have been pretty scary, though. Yeah, his directional light.
2158. If you'll let know Dawson, have him stop. We're southbound just before 13. Like that times 4.
Can on your left.
Let Dawson know I have him stop. We're southbound just before 13. Like that 4 times.
Those grooves they put on the side of the highway like that, those things will raise the dead. That's how loud they are.
Driver, get out of the car. You ready there? Taking off on me on southbound.
Awesome. That was an awesome pit maneuver right there. Ha!
Native pit. We're southbound.
I gotta watch that again. That was awesome. Oop.
You ready there? Taking off on me on southbound.
Oh, that's freaking. That was a freaking pit maneuver right there. That was great.
Native pit. We're southbound.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
They're reaching on the clear part.
Hit. Starting some more units. They're compliant right now. Yeah, I got them. Driver, step out! Keep your hands up!
That was such a good pit maneuver. It forces windshield wipers to work.
Keep your hands up! Keep your hands up! Face away from me and walk backwards to me. Walk backwards. Back to me. Back.
I think that was a chick. Was that a chick?
Keep your hands up. Face away from me and walk backwards to me.
Yeah, that's a lady right there.
Walk backwards. Back to me. Back.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. I didn't think that was a chick. It's 16.
Back.
16-year-old carjacker. Really? This guy in his car is 16 years old. He's fucking moving. He's flying. It's really hard to outrun one of these cop cars because they don't have any restrictors on these cars. So, good luck. I'll tell you one thing, man. This guy's a pretty good driver for being 16 years old. Yeah.
Get the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Southbound, New York. Southbound, New York.
The car is still moving.
Freeways on foot, southbound 3 yards, Golden Boulevard. You got the gun, Eastbound, go to the old school.
That's not cool right around a school zone like that. Oh, that's dangerous, man.
Get the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Freeways on foot, southbound 3 yards, Golden Boulevard. Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Lay down! Lay down! Lay down! Lay down! Lay down! Copy. All right, give me the air. You drop the gun. I have him down.
I just wanted to fast forward it just in case there was, you know, triggering shit.
You drop the gun. Give me the air. Are you hit?
No, sir.
You're not injured?
No, sir.
All right, we're behind a yellow house. If you're on Arthur, we're behind a yellow house.
Start EMS just in case. He's not hit, but start EMS just in case.
This could have gone so much worse than this. Man, around a school zone. Look at he's in the back of people's yards here.
Don't move.
127.
What a great cop.
I have him.
103 shot with him.
Don't move. Keep your arms out to your side.
We still need lockdown. Negative, man.
I'll come around to you.
Hey, buddy, how are you, Ray? We're just watching some crazy police chases. This one could have gone a lot worse than it did. I didn't see that coming.
I'll cuff. Got it.
I'm looking for a stolen vehicle. 147, can you toss that close by?
Yeah, it's gonna be in the backyard over here by us. All right. I gotta check to see if you're hit. Okay. Any more weapons on you? I'm gonna move you around here. It's gonna hurt me, but I gotta make sure you're not hit. Okay. We should cut his coat.
Imagine the adrenaline going through this cop right now, man, and this guy.
All right. Response from the girl. Anything?
Stand by. I'll let you
know.
Happy Labor Day to everybody. It is technically officially Labor Day now.
What's that? Okay. Yeah. Guys, we'll be back. He'll be back here somewhere.
You got him?
Yeah, we got him. Thanks, Dale. Hands up!
Incident assigned.
The county police do an hold here.
Just remains in 33.
Stolen vehicle that turns violent outside of.
'98's out with him. He stopped in the parking lot. He's taking off again. He's a white male, tattoos on his face. Don't kill me.
Hands up!
Incident assigned.
The county police do an hold here.
Just remains in 33.
How was the storm for you, Ray? Did you guys get any of that over there? All right, let's go to this one here. This was a couple days ago. I think I remember watching this one here. Whoops. Let me share this.
Stolen Dodge Challenger here. The
Another Challenger right here.
two-door version, and we are really flying here westbound on the 60 now. Another complicating factor is that they call this an assault on a peace officer as well. Assault with a deadly weapon. Most likely the vehicle here.
That's all you got is rain. That's good. Florida, parts of Florida got really pounded. Of course, 5 inches of rain where you are can be a lot.
That a lot of times when we hear that, that means that they probably bumped into the cruiser or hit them. Not seeing any serious damage though on this vehicle. So if maybe an officer was hurt in the process of trying to pull this person over. That's not clear. But look at these speeds here. We've been above triple digits the entire time we've tracked this and just cutting all over the freeway. Now, here's the thing. There's not actually anybody behind this person right now, but that is not slowing this guy down. They're monitoring this one from the air. It began in the Ontario area, and then Ontario reached out to LA County Sheriff's deputies. They reached out to CHP to try to get some ground units. One CHP division didn't want anything to do with this. Another one said that they didn't have any available units. So they're still trying to get other CHP jurisdictions involved here.
Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Appreciate it.
As we go through a lot of different areas here. But, we also had that incident up ahead that we were covering earlier. There may be some residual traffic. Yeah, and look at that. That's why this guy now getting off the freeway didn't want anything to do with that traffic with that big rig incident that we were covering earlier today on a KCAL News. So let's see what happens now as we get off the freeway here, Susie. Westbound on the 60. I believe we're off at San Gabriel Boulevard.
Yeah, I want to bring in Mike Rogers from the desk. Mike, any information about how this started?
Yeah, Susie, we're working on that right now. We're giving a call out to Ontario Police Department. We found out about this as he pulls into this parking lot here when the Ontario Police Department got into pursuit on it. Westbound 60 at the 71. The Ontario helicopter tried to get. Oh,
yep.
He's getting out, isn't he?
Out. That's it. Oh, two people out, and there you go. They are now out of the vehicle. Looks like they might have run into a Staples here. Some kind of as we come around, we'll see what business they ran into a busy shopping center, though, and out of the vehicle. At least the danger of the public is over as far as the driving. It looks like maybe into a Walgreens. So unless they're stopping in there to get some snacks and some water, hopefully this pursuit is over.
Yeah, so for now, as far as we know, Mike and Desmond, there are no ground units on the ground to speak of, as Desmond is widening out and showing us the picture here, because of the fact that multiple agencies said that one agency said that they were not available to do it. Another agency said that, no, we won't take this.
Right.
And lots of different things happening along the way, right, Mike?
Yeah, so and now we're into and I believe, Des, if this is north of the 60, I believe. So now we're going to be into the Monterey Park PD's jurisdiction. They're kind of right on the border with the East LA Sheriff here. So now we're talking about even additional agencies trying to get involved in this. But, the sheriff's ship that you see flying through Desmond's shot right there almost sounded a little frustrated that they couldn't get the CHP to get involved in this. CHP is not really one of those agencies that doesn't want pursuits. They usually get involved pretty quickly, especially when we're talking about assault with a deadly weapon on an officer. It looks like, Desmond, we got a patrol car right there. I don't know if that's sheriff or who that is. Down there to the left, but at least that's pretty quick for not having any units in the area. It's not CHP. Yeah, that is sheriff. So East LA Sheriff. I guess the benefit of having the sheriff's helicopter overhead is at least they can communicate pretty quickly with East LA Sheriff's deputies. And I think Desmond doing the same thing here. They're checking to make sure they don't run out the back. That's kind of the typical motive for these guys is they'll run in the front straight through the store and pop out the back, and hopefully before anybody sees them. Obviously, these guys have a big head start now, because the CHP didn't want to get involved. Now, Ontario Police's helicopter actually came out here as well. They were trying to catch up with this when it was in their area. They've been tailing it the whole time. So now you have the sheriff's helicopter, the LA.
All right, let's go to this one here because this is the one I wanted to watch here. Hold on a second. This was really bizarre. I saw this one. You would have never thought that this was going to happen, but this was like one of the most bizarre.
Fox 10 News Alert.
All right, everybody. We have what looks like a police pursuit of an RV in Los Angeles, California.
This is just straight out of Compton right here, man. This is like bizarre.
All right, Los Angeles County, we're hearing that this RV is stolen. I haven't seen any police since we first brought it up, though, but I need to update the YouTube stream name. So let your friends, your family, your coworkers, your neighbors, everybody you know we've got the second police pursuit situation of the day right here on News Now.
Who in God's earth thinks they're going to outrun cop cars in this thing, right?
See any officers on this suspect's tail? Again, we're hearing it's a woman in a stolen RV.
There's a woman in here.
There we go. There's an officer right there.
Takes 3 days to turn that thing.
No. Come on, Sky Fox. There we go. Back to the live aerials. 2 officers now, 2. That's what I see. That was a tight turn, everybody. Almost tipped that RV over.
God. Some people are just crazy, man. I'm telling you, you got to be kidding me. You can't make this stuff up. You just can't. Wow, that was close. This has got to be 20 feet long. Got to be. She's got to be going 60 miles an hour right there. She's going 60 miles an hour, 70. In an RV. Oh, my God.
Taking some very tight turns in that RV, everybody. Again, we're hearing that this is stolen and it could be a woman behind the wheel.
Oh, my Lord.
He definitely crashed out, folks. Look at that. The entire front end there completely mangled. Ouch.
I mean, it isn't a Porsche. It's an RV. Oh,
Still
my
driving,
Lord.
though.
Oh, my Lord.
Looks like this RV's leaking something. Gas, water, we don't know.
She stole it. She's just steals the RV. Unbelievable.
Looks like that windshield is just ready to fly off. How is she seeing?
Could you imagine being one of these drivers here, just seeing this? Like,
What is hanging out that window, everybody? Is it the dash? What is that?
Look at this thing.
All right, everyone, I have to remind everyone, viewer discretion is advised.
Apparently.
That RV is wrecked.
Apparently not enough, because there's plenty of air conditioning now here. The bumper's about to just go bye-bye.
Skyfox out there in Los Angeles trying to zoom in. It definitely looks like stuff is flying out, but she, if it is a she, could be throwing things out of the RV as well. Wow. What a unique police chase situation. Again, we're hearing it's a woman behind the wheel and it's stolen.
The first time I saw this, I couldn't stop laughing. This woman is out of her mind, literally.
Uh-oh. Nope, didn't want to go that way.
No, she can't turn the damn thing. It's like, look at this wheel.
I mean, you would think the odds weren't good driving an RV to try to get away from police in the first place, but now the RV is completely wrecked. And if you
That's a dog
stole that RV, that means
right there. That's a dog.
you probably had an idea what you wanted to do with it. And can you still do what you wanted to do with it now that it's completely demolished? You guys tell me on our chat, on our stream. Let me know.
You just can't make this stuff up, man. Who does this? There goes the toilet paper.
You all are liking and sharing because we are definitely growing in viewership. I'll be covering this on Fox 10 Extra News at 7 as well, Channel 45, Cable 9. You can always hashtag double tab and join us as well by going to fox10phoenix.com/live. If it is a she, she's just blowing through lights at this point, just passing vehicles, doesn't really matter. RV extremely wrecked, now in the median, ooh, close to oncoming traffic there, and just doing her best to try to get away from police. If that is a woman, definitely picking up speeds, passing cars, still right in that middle lane. That's why we say viewer discretion is advised, folks. We've already seen one crash out. We might witness another, but we really hope that the public and first responders, the police on her tail, stay all right. We're hearing there could be a dog in there too, everyone. That's what we're hearing.
Yeah, the dog wants out for sure. This lady's crazy.
All right, everyone, they're coming with me next.
I wonder if she stole it with the dog in there or if that's her dog.
Here, so I'm getting ready. Again, everyone, good evening. My name is Pilar Arias. I'm your host here. Producer's talking to me in my ear. Send me 1 second.
Look at this thing. You could probably just drive up to it and jump right in here.
All right, everybody, welcome here to News Now, part of Fox10Phoenix.com, and everyone.
This is a Fox 10 News Alert.
Obviously, that man hurt in some way, but hopefully not too badly.
Where were we? My computer just jumped again.
Is now running middle now, back out.
I mean,
okay, just
boy.
So if you're wondering, I think in the footage, the dog did either jump or fall out of the.
Okay, so our team here, Oscar on the web, and Oscar's telling us that the dog did either jump or fall out of the vehicle. You saw the driver slam on the brakes, and then get the dog back in the RV.
See a lot of.
And is that fuel?
So obviously that was her dog. If she stopped to pick up the dog, it was obviously her dog.
It's just that's going to be probably just water from what water tanks that are inside the RV there. So it's not gasoline or anything like that. So it's campers usually carry a certain amount of drinkable water on board.
Look at that vehicle. Look at the vehicle. That is insane. I mean,
it hit the tree in the parking lot.
Yeah, Araceli, what you're saying in capital letters, crazy. I'm just praying, Kevin, nobody gets hurt. Look at the way this guy's driving, the high rate of speed. Luckily, an open stretch here, but several close calls with cars.
Yeah, surprisingly, it hasn't rolled over at this point, too, because it's taken a lot of those turns at very high speeds. Now,
yeah, Jeff, what you said. Go ahead, Kevin.
On Corbin here. And
Araceli, what you're saying in capital letters, crazy. I'm just praying, Kevin, nobody gets hurt. Look at the way this guy's driving, the high rate of speed. Luckily, an open stretch here, but several close calls with cars.
Yeah, surprisingly, it hasn't rolled over at this point, too, because it's
Watch
taken
this
a lot
coming
of those
up right
turns at
here.
very
She
high
just
speeds.
sideswipes this
Now,
car.
Yeah, Jeff,
south
what you said. Go ahead, Kevin.
On Corbin here, and you can see there's not a lot of traffic, luckily at this time, but there have been a lot of close calls here. Just passing underneath the 101. Oh, he just hit another car right there, just coming off the off ramp there.
Oh wow!
And so it's still going here.
Wow.
There was a car that was coming off of
the dog.
freeway.
I mean, I shouldn't be laughing. This is scary, but my Lord.
Oh gosh.
The dog's still back in the vehicle, hanging on there. The whole right side, you can see, right side, front side steering is blown out, not just by the tree, and also by the car that ran into them coming off of the 101 freeway.
Look at that. There's nothing there.
So as we're watching this, we just saw the first crash with this RV, where this RV crashed into a car. Kevin, could you get a feel for perhaps how bad that crash was?
Well, hopefully the driver of that vehicle is okay. I mean, it was a broadside right into it, but it wasn't. Looked like the car. Oh, we just ran another car. It looked like there was possibly another car that was either backing out.
There she goes with the dog.
Where you see right there, but he hit that car broadside.
Oh, the dog is in the street there. Okay, so
yeah,
suspect
out running, and the dog's going with.
Oh,
Looks
Is
like
it a woman?
female suspect.
Oh my
Looks like
gosh.
a female suspect.
Oh my
and
gosh.
the dog. She's going.
Whoever
through
lives
the
in this house,
neighborhoods
lock
here.
your doors. All right.
Okay, CHP. She's trying to climb the gate. Okay, CHP officers are now pulling her down.
The dog was with her.
Oh my God.
All right, so you have what appears to be a suspect down. They're putting the cuffs there on her right there. She was doing everything.
Watch this. This is
Hopefully
ridiculous.
The driver of that vehicle's okay. I mean, it was a broadside right into it, and so it's completely. It's still going here.
Wow.
There was a car that was coming off of the
Oh,
101
the dog.
freeway.
Oh gosh.
The dog's still back in the vehicle, hanging on there. The whole right side, you can see, the right side, front side steering is blown out, not just by the tree, and also by the car that ran into them coming off of the 101 freeway.
So as we're watching this, we just saw the first crash with this RV, where this RV crashed into a car. Kevin, could you get a feel for perhaps how bad that crash?
That was insane.
Hopefully the driver of that vehicle's okay. I mean, it was a broadside right into it, but it wasn't. Looked like the car. Oh, we just ran another car. It looked like there was possibly another car that was either backing out.
There she goes. It's the dog.
Of that.
The dog's trying to separate itself from her. Like, get me out of here.
The driveway you see
He's
right
crazy.
there, but he hit that car broadside.
Oh, the dog is in the street there. Okay, so suspect running.
Yeah, they got her. That's insane. That, like, I saw that a few weeks ago. It was just completely bizarre. All right, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'm happy everybody came in tonight. Thank you for coming in. Wonderful country, right? This is amazing. I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm going to get out of here. I'll go do some work around the house. Everybody have a great Labor Day. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Miracle Hearts. Thank you, Melissa. And I think Thomas was in here for a little while. But everybody have a great weekend. Thank you very much. And I'll see you guys later. Thank you.